Hello guys, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, following up from the achievement mount vid that I did the other day, and a question raised by someone else recently about mounts available from our friend, say Jonathas, if I pronounce it right? I'm sticking with Jonathas. So I basically want to show these mounts off, because how you get them now might be different to how I got them, say, 7 years ago. I'll explain as we go. So basically, we've talked to this guy. And as I've said before, it used to be, if everyone looks back on some older vids I did, if you had any achievement, you'd go and you'd trade it in there. Like, say, a tank mount, for example. But now you can claim that anywhere, because you just go then to your achievement section and you click claim once you've unlocked it. So that's fine. This is for achievement points. You can see, you see these currency exchange at the top. Now, armor's just a couple of odd bits. Which I gotta say, I do love wearing the ribbon, because Ronsos and Viers, or rabbits in other words, can actually wear this as well, and you can dye it. You can also wear the fat chocobo head, ironically, but not the goblin cap. But then if you go across into others, which is the only other section he does have, he has, first of all, loads of minions. But this is the only real unique one that came new out after the fact. But then here we go, have, like, say, we have a bit of Chocobo Barden as well. But the three amounts that we have are this Voidl Resonator, the Behemoth Warhorn, and of course the Magitek Deathclaw Identification Key, which is a little bit of a mouthful. So there's a couple bits of barding here. So I'm going to show these mounts off to you guys. Now the reason being I say they were different, so... I'll shut the door in a minute, Nugget. Basically, back in the day, so when I started playing, there was something called Veteran Rewards. Now, what Veteran Rewards did was, the longer you played, you got these rewards. So, say you'd been subscribed for, just an example, a year, then you would get a reward. I.e., it'd be a mount, it'd be some special armor. For example, it could be the Zidane's looking outfit from Final Fantasy IX, Squall's outfit from Final Fantasy VIII, or even say who else is it? Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, although that was more his outfit from the new film. So basically, and the longer you subscribe, the more rewards you would get. Now later on, they did away with this veteran system. I was a bit annoyed because it was really cool and it gave you something worth subscribing for. Like a reward bonus, and I really like that. Who knows, maybe in the future they'll do it some more. Personally, I just like that guy to give us some more mount options. But let's go straight into these mounts. So the first one is the Voidl. The Voidl Resonator gets you this, the Airman, which is my least favorite mount in the game because it's just not my style, but everyone's different, you know, so... we've got the little is known of the Void and the creatures which call the extra-dimensional realm home. Scholars have discovered that there is a strict hierarchy amongst Void Sent, considering of 12 distinct tiers. Airmen are believed to fall into the 5th, making them formidable foes, when not informed by curses. So let's take this off for a second. I've come here because obviously it's lighter. Now it should be known that apart from the Deathclaw, I think that might play Empire music, that all these mounts play bog standard music. And bear in mind, when this mount first came out, flying wasn't a thing in game. So all he ever did was say he hovered above the ground like this. And, you know, I mean, I'm more of a furry person, so it's not my sort of style at all. The legs are they remind me of something out of Monsters, Inc. But it's... Yeah, he is a comical looking mount. I can see why some people might like it. Personally, it's just doesn't, you know, it's not very nice. Although, I will say, again, depending on your race in-game, depends on how you sit on the mount. So Vier sort of things sit like kind of cross-legged, very relaxed. I think Ronso, I think that they sit cross-legged with like their shoulder, like their elbows on their knees kind of thing, if that makes sense. There we go, so that's that one. The other one you have, now I need to bring this bar back up again, is the Behemoth horn, which of course is just, you know, infamous in itself. Immediately following the calamity, an adventurer returning to Gridania from Falcon's Nest in Coathus claims to have happened upon a den of baby behemoths who had lost their mother. Despite objections from friends and family alike, she kept the beasts, eventually training them to serve as mounts. And I'll tell you a funny story about this mount. When I first got it, I didn't know you could zoom the camera out. So for the whole first year of playing Final Fantasy, I basically was playing it like this. And I thought, oh, what a shame. I thought, I can't see the mount's face. Also, it's a real shame. It's just too big. And then Numpty here realized that you could zoom the camera out. Now, this guy, of course, is the famous Behemoth-looking creature of horns, black mane, and a purple body. I think all Behemoths have had that look. And a weird sticky-out arm approach. I think the coolest ones to look on this mount are Lalafels, because they sit on the throne and they look so chilled out, as if like, hey, look at me, I'm cool. And to be honest, I think in some ways this mount is really cool. I like the armor look, it's simple. And to be honest, it's a mount, the only time I use this mount on my main character is when the S rank spawns in Jonathas, because if it spawns there, you know, the King Behemoth S rank, then everyone gets on their Behemoth mounts and just lines up around it, because it's really funny to look at. But say, I mean, it's a lot better to me than the Airman mount, and, you know, I mean, it's got a very, it looks like a walk slow cumbersome. I mean, that is actually running. Can I do a slower walk? There you go. So it feels powerful, but yeah, it's got a lot of muscles on this. So if you want to know how to get the Behemoth and the Veteran Rewards, well, once they did away with Veteran Rewards, I had no idea how they're going to give away this stuff. So with the mounts, definitely you'd probably get them from, say Jonathas. And the last mount, obviously, I've done before, but I will show it again, just so I'm showing off all of them. Magitek Deathclaw, ancient Allegan weaponry known as Iron Claw, is believed to be the inspiration for this deadly example of Imperial ingenuity. While most of the Deathclaws deployed in battle are used for logistical purposes, this particular model has been customized by stationary units for enemy capture. Nope, exact same music. I wasn't sure because a lot of the Imperial mounts tend to play Imperial music. So not one of these. And this actually technically just so reminds me of those, I call them 20p machines or claw machines. Except the difference is this actually grips the damn toy, not like those ones. I don't know if there's ever tried it. One time it gripped the toy, was carrying it, but it has this thing, as soon as, quiet music, as soon as the claw grabs, the bass kicks in, it goes boom, boom, boom. As like, yeah, you're just shaking the machine and making it drop. These machines aren't stupid. Right, anyway, that's just me having a little rant about it. But there we go, so out of all three mounts, I mean, this Magitek Claw is the one people will probably go for the most because it's kind of unique in itself. And it picks up everyone the same way, sort of by the back, and you sort of like just hang there. Like, oh no, I've been captured. Eh. So there we go, guys. All three mounts that you can get from, say, Jonathas, that were, say, only the first two were actually originally part of the actual Veteran Rewards. But the third one that is added on later on for, say, for effect. I'll put this one on the screenshot because he's kind of cool looking. But there we go. So these are the mounts that you can get from him. So spend your coins wisely. As you can see, I've got 45 and I've only, say, spent about 10 in that time. And that's me entering into Stormblood. The best way to get achievement points is just to do achievements. So the more achievements you do, the more points you'll get, and the more tokens you will get. So just keep doing little things. It also branches out and you get to try different stuff in-game. So thanks for watching this vid, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, and of course, and the part 2 of that Beast Tribe will be coming up shortly. So until next time, mount up and ride out.